how to be miserable. Now, not just miserable, how to be the most miserable. Strange thing to say. I doubt people are typing into YouTube right now and searching how to be the most miserable. But it's a verse in the Bible, and it applies to your life and my life. Let's check it out. Paul says to the Corinthian church, if in this life only, and only is worth 3 underlines, because it holds everything together. That is the key point, the key word. If in this life only we have hope in Christ, we are of all men most miserable. The idea that was going around the church at that time, and maybe coming from the Greeks or the Sadducees, was that you live, you die, there is no resurrection, there is no heaven, there's no afterlife at all. Jesus resurrected, but we don't. That was the concept. And Paul is coming after that concept with this idea. If in this life only we have hope in Christ, which of course it is true that there are benefits of living for the Lord. There are benefits of avoiding sin. There are benefits of having peace in your heart and your mind and not have fear or not having regrets because you're living for the Lord, not for yourself. But Paul says, if this is it, if there's nothing else, if all we have hope in Christ is for right now while we're living, then we should be pitied. We're worthy to be pitied. We should be, of all men, most miserable. Think about what they've done. The early church fasted. They prayed. They were different from the world and even from their own fellow Jews. They believed that Jesus resurrected. They had a different day of the week that they celebrated on Sunday. They celebrated his resurrection. That Paul himself suffered emotional and physical abuse because he was trying to spread the gospel. Because he believed there was more to this world. That there is a heaven, that there isn't a day of accounting, that there's a day when the Lord fixes all the injustices and he rewards the righteous and condemns the guilty. Paul says, if that's it, if this is all we have, and all I have here is hope in Christ, should be miserable. And that's how you and I can be most miserable. We'll get to that part in just a second. Paul starts in that chapter by saying, let's get this straight. Jesus died, was buried, rose again the third day, was seen by Simon Peter, seen by the rest of the disciples, seen by 500 plus people at one time, then seen by his half-brother James, then Paul says seen by me, a man out of season. He's trying to point out to them that his resurrection wasn't just a fluke, but Jesus promised that all who believed would follow him after their death. There'd be a time of accounting. So the question I guess to be asked is, what's the point of carrying your cross through life as a believer if there's nothing other than this life? You see how that's strange? It impacts everything you do here on earth. If there is no afterlife, why does it matter? That's crazy. Now watch how this verse runs both directions. If it's only here, only on this life, there's not a whole lot of benefit. But if there is an afterlife, if there are rewards, if there is an eternal glory, if there is a meeting of the saints in heaven, then it makes all the sense in the world to sacrifice things that the world says are foolish to sacrifice. To give away your life and your time and your effort for something the world says you should keep that. It makes a difference to value things that the world says is worthless. It's trash. It makes a difference if there is a heaven, and there is a heaven. Listen to what Paul wrote. But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of men the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. Listen to what James wrote. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. You see how the going through temptation is different when you have a crown of life waiting for you? The benefit of going through temptation is because of what the Lord has promised, not just what's happening here. John the Revelator wrote in Revelation chapter 22, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. And God himself shall be with them and be their God. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. This is the words of the Lord. And he said unto me, it is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. He that overcometh, that's in this life, overcometh, shall inherit all things. And I will be his God, and he shall be my son. Reminds you of this old song. This world is not my home. I'm just a passing through. My treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blue. The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. So the point of the entire verse of this message, of the concept, the devotion that God's put in my mind, my heart about this is, where is your home? If this is your home, it's a wonderful world. It's beautiful. We have fantastic things to enjoy. We've got a life to live, family and friends and experiences. And I'm standing in my physical home right now, of course, but where is my spiritual home? Where do I belong? I want it to be there. I want my home to be there. If my home is only here, and this is the best I can do, love God, be kind, do things, then I am most miserable, and so are you. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it's been a blessing to your life. And if it has, would you do two small things? One, please subscribe. Second, send this to someone you think might need it. Also, make sure to check out the other videos before you go. Have a wonderful day.